What's good, everybody? This your main man, Caseyville, King Self for Life Wrestling Takes, here to give you my thoughts about Dynamite. The only promises things of Dynamite was MJF, Hangman, and then Chris versus Jamie Hayter for who was going to face Mercedes at Double or Nothing. Outside of that, I mean, we already knew Samoa Joe and Mox. Now, I don't know why Tony Khan is doing it ahead. I don't get why he wants... To me, that's retarded. It's like, why are you doing the World Heavyweight Championship match ahead of Double or Nothing? To me, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, but that just says you really don't know how to get people invested in what your main title picture is going to be going into pay-per-view. The fact that we're getting it a week before Double or Nothing, which is just straight stupid, because Tony Khan is going to get, it's going to be a no DQ, it's going to be some retarded stuff, which he's going to be like, all right, I got screwed, let me get another shot. It's stupid. Tony Khan, can you listen to me and listen to me good? Some of us aren't just programmed to watch wrestling because it's a wrestling match. I grew up getting invested based on a story that was being told to get me to invest in why the clown wrestler A is facing wrestler B. That's all I give a dang about. Your job is to get us to give a crap. That's what you need to learn how to do. Stop giving us the match before the match. Triple H is starting to do that same bull jive, which I don't give a crap about. That's lazy booking. It's terrible. I don't care how you look at it. It's stupid. I'm like, wait a minute. He's giving us the match before. Like, no. That's stupid. That's like, he does this all the time. I noticed this. He does this stupid stuff all the time. And some people, they just give it a pass because, you know, they hardcore shit. I'm like, no, forget that bull jive. Forget that bull jive, man. I'm serious. Like, I don't mind Samoa Joe and Moxley. I don't mind it. The problem is, why are we getting it before Double or Nothing? When it's basically going to be the same result, because Moxley is not losing regardless. It don't matter. It just dumb. Idiotic, stupid booking, ladies and gentlemen. Idiotic, stupid man booking. I'm serious. Just stupid. Anyway, we opened the show. It was... Ricochet versus Mark Briscoe. You know, like I said, man, was it a good match? Yes, but why do we keep doing that? Like, TK, your job is to get us. Like, I think what Tony Khan thinks, he think a lot of us just care about the wrestling match itself. So he ain't really interested in, like, hooking you for the rest of the show. And your opening segment is just as good as your main event segment. If you just giving us a wrestling match right off the jump, nobody's going to give a crap. I'm sorry, nobody. Don't let a hardcore AEW head lie to you and tell you that what Tony Khan is doing is great. That is a lie from the pit of hell. I'm telling you right now. As a hardcore AEW fan, I'm telling you, if somebody like me, who is a hardcore AEW fan, is telling you that what Tony Khan and them is doing is straight bull jive, is boring as heck, don't nobody give a crap, you better listen to somebody like me. You understand what I'm saying? He beat him, and then he was trying to use his, you know, he loved that scissor stuff where he about to poke somebody in the head. Kevin Knight came out to rescue him, so that was that. Then I think we went right into, what was it, the Hurt Syndicate situation? So they doing everything in their power. Listen, MJF right now is looking like one of the biggest simps I've ever seen. Like, MJF ain't never looked like a simp like he's looking right now. Like, he is doing everything in his power to get in the good graces of the Hurt Syndicate. For me, everything would make so much more sense if MJF was trying to go up for the AEW World Championship. He's not. He's not going up for the championship right now. So everybody else in the group is cool. Shelton Benjamin, all he needed was some snow bunnies. And unfortunately, that's all he needed was some snow bunnies to get that man's approval. But he talked about the only reason I'm giving you a thumbs up is because of MVP. And then Bobby, on the other hand, he was basically trying to bribe him. He gave him his car. And even with him giving him his car, Bobby still said no. So I don't know. And then MVP is still saying, hang in there. Like, just keep doing what you need to do because you already got my approval. So later on, Heyman was talking about his whole situation about winning this Owen Hart Cup tournament. And as he was talking, MJF came up and they was going back and forth. I liked the back and forth. For me, I think it was one of the best parts of the entire show. Like I said, we had Chris versus Jamie Hayter, and Jamie won. Miss Mercedes came out there doing a little goofy man dance and all that dumb stuff. I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'm telling you this, a lot of people is expecting Mercedes. It makes absolutely no sense for Mercedes to win. It doesn't. It does not. I listen, I don't want it. I would prefer Mercedes go against somebody for her TBS championship and all in. But listen, people have been crying about Jamie Hayter. They've been crying. Like, when is Jamie Hayter going to eventually get back into the main event scene? When is she going to get back? I tell you this, I think this would be a perfect opportunity for her. Like, if you really want, like, to really build up Jamie Hayter, I think this would be the perfect opportunity for her to get back into that picture. And her beating Mercedes and moving on. Now, here's the deal. What is her character? I get 70s disco vibe. I'm telling you, every time I see her, she just reminds me like she's a disco character from the 70s. That's what I get. You know, people were saying she was the Timu version of Becky. I'm like, no, I ain't going that far. But yeah, that's my honest thoughts on that. Christian and the patriarch, obviously, you know what's going on with that situation. He had pulled the man's championship, said, you wouldn't have won nothing without me. Then he put it right back on his shoulder. So y'all already know what's to come with that situation. FTR and Stokely Hathaway. Now, how do I feel about that? Now, remember when we ain't seen Stokely Hathaway in almost a year. Like, Stokely been off TV for a minute. Ever since him and Chris, I don't know what happened with that. Now he's with FTR. I guess he's finna try to manage them. I guess, I don't know. If this is supposed to help get them back to potentially going up for the tag team titles, I mean, we'll see. We'll see. They had the Rock and Roll Express out there just for them to beat the brakes off of them and everything. But you remember last time, when they had to try to rescue them because they was all tied up? I'm like, it is what it is on that. I don't know what TK is booking with that situation. Don't ask me. I don't know. So later on, we had Will Ospreay and Kevin Knight versus Don Callis squad. Ricochet cost them, and you got everybody and their mama in the Don Callis squad. Everybody and their mama. You got what's that boy name? Start with an R. Rocky Momana. Trent. It's like everybody and their mama is in the Don Callis faction. So I don't know who's gonna stop that. Oh, okay. So as they was beating up on them, Swerve and Kenny Omega came to the rescue. So look like it's going and Samoa Joe and what'd you call it? What's his name? Shibata. So and Hobbs. So it looked like it's gonna be Kenny, Swerve, and the Ops versus the Young Bucks. Yeah, because that's right they went against. They went against the Young Bucks. That's exactly who they went against. It's gonna be the Young Bucks with Mox and all of them. I think that's what the Blood and Guts match is gonna be. Trying to think what else of importance happened on the show, because it really wasn't that much. Like I said, it was, to me, it was just as boring as Raw. I mean, you know, it had some decent wrestling, but no. Tony made her appearance, said, you know, she gonna be on Collision, and she said she want to face one of the Bees and all this stuff, and whoever wants to face her, and I hate the term eliminator match. I hate it. It's one of the dumbest terms because it's basically lazy booking for, hey, if you beat the champion, you get a shot. I hate it. It's stupid. It's one of the dumbest terminologies that Tony Khan ever came up with. It's just straight retarded. I'm sorry. Queen Alamada had stepped up to the challenge, so I guess she's going to face her. Yeah, with FTR beating the brakes off of Rocky and them, Adam Cole and Undisputed Era came out. They came out to try to save the day with that segment. So, yeah, I'm just being 100% with you. That was Dynamite. Dynamite wasn't good. It wasn't good. It was decent wrestling. Like I said, you had two bright spots out the whole show, but nothing. Absolutely nothing. And like I said, it's the inconsistency of Tony. Last week was a great episode. I didn't review it. I did because I talked about it in my WrestleMania prediction video. Yeah, last week was great. Then this week is garbage. I'm like, TK, man, I wish I could sit down with him. Tell him, like, TK, you got to be consistent. You have to be consistent, dude. He's not consistent. He's inconsistent. Listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you are a football fan, you will know. Just look at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Just look at how inconsistent they are. One day, they win. The next day, they take the money. That's just how it is. And I feel like that's Tony Khan's mindset. He gets complacent. He like, hey, we got our money. We on TV. We good to go. And it's sad, ladies and gentlemen. But it is what it is. So it's my honest thoughts about Dynamite. I ain't got nothing else to say. Y'all already know what to do. Hit the comment section up. If you're new to the channel, feel free to subscribe. I'll talk to y'all cats later. It's your main man, KSFL King 7 Life Wrestling Takes. Holla at your boy.